Alright, welcome guys to another Blender live stream. I'm your host Morgan Ozpin, and today we're going to continue once again in our grease pencil dilemma here, wherein I am making a wrestling animation using grease pencil, and right now it's currently the 13th episode of me making this entire this entire grease pencil animation thing. And my god, I don't even know how long this will this will last, and I don't even know this will even get finished, this animation that I'm trying to make. But you know, it's worth trying at least. And plus, I find these streams to be a good way for me to talk to you guys one on one, because I don't know, doing 2D animation is not as boggling to my mind compared to, say, making music or making 3D models and stuff. So I have more space in my mind to multitask on doing stuff on the screen while also talking to you guys in chat. Most of the time. Sometimes I completely forget that you guys exist while I'm doing these streams, but hey, most of the time I can pretty much see that you guys are still with me while I'm streaming. So so if you guys if there's ever any silence in between moments in the streams, I apologize. I'm just really that invested in my job of making some animations for this channel. Not that I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, because I have my time already split so far right now. Not only am I making music and, you know, just random 3D modeling streams on my channel, I'm also doing some college stuff right now. So for example, I've right now it's currently preliminary period for my college's sem this sem, so I was sort of busy studying for a while now, so that's why I wasn't really able to stream as much as I would want to last week, because I was studying for my oral pathology exam, and stuff like that. So and that's not to say that I'll stream more often now that that's over, because there's still some requirements I still need to pass for my college. So yeah, we are. I'm really at an unlucky spot right now. Hence the title of this stream, wherein I started juggling my time between this channel and making some stuff for my college requirements. But let's just hope I'm able to manage the amount of things I have to do in one day. Okay, I think that for this one we need to now change the pose of this. Shift offset. Alright. So if you guys weren't here in our last stream, we're right now I'm going to animate this guy charging towards this person and perform what's called a spear, which is pretty much just a tackle. But the tackle will miss him because this guy will suddenly burst into consciousness, move away from him, jump towards the top rope, and pretty much frog splash him, I think. Though I'm thinking of maybe making him do a very special flip to, you know, give him some style points or something. What is this, Devil May Cry? But yeah, I guess wrestling is just pretty much Devil May Cry, but in real life. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna move this guy a bit closer, actually. So do this here, and And we're going to now move his joints around, kind of like this. Now I need to move this hand towards here, this hand towards here. Okay, it's gonna work. Select this guy again, draw mode. I know like a better 2D animator would just draw the frames without the use of a 3D model, but I ain't one of those better 2D animators, so I really do rely on my 3D model to get some of my proportions right for this character. So bear with me on this. I can maybe adjust the thickness of my strokes here. Clear this onion skin. Thank you. Alright, so it's been a long time since I've streamed, I know. I think it's almost been a week since I've last streamed on this channel. But hey, I've at least released a new song. Which is not the same. If you guys are tuning in and was present while I did my music stream back then, that the song that I released on my channel isn't the same song I made when I was streaming like a few days ago. That song is currently out only on my second channel as of now. And that song is entitled Dropout Star. But the one in this the one that's released on this main channel called First Patient, that's one I've made offline, because I sometimes like to work on stuff without having to stream on it, and between this and Dropout Star, I figured that First Patient was a much more catchier tune compared to Dropout Star, even though they work under the same time signature. I guess that's what I find very impressive about myself, is that I tend to produce better stuff if I'm offline. If I'm doing it offline, I mean. Which kind of sucks, because I wanna prove to people that I can pretty much make some good shit live. But the problem is that I just can't, I guess. But hey, if you guys wanna listen to Dropout Star, I released an LMS project recording of it on my second channel. So if you want to see the music I made on the stream, it's right over there on my second channel, Morgan Ozpin. I also took some time to actually remaster some of the work, some of the other music I've made in the past. Like I don't know if you guys are really active on my second channel, but I've also released a song that I've entitled Happy Emergency. And I didn't know what came to me while I was making that song, but the song had like had an instrument to it that really made my ears bleed. You know, I don't think this song is. This song I think would have put me to criminal court if it was ever more popular than it should have been. Just due to the fact that it could have like damaged someone's eardrums if they were to listen to it. So, after much consideration, I pretty much changed the entire sound of the song. Well, not really the entire sound, but just the melody is still the same, but the instrument that made my ears bleed was totally replaced with another VST that pretty much has a better pitch to it that doesn't really make anyone's ears bleed. I was really hesitant on making that change because the purpose of the song was literally to sort of emulate what it's like to ride an ambulance, hence why I called Happy Emergency. But I think changing the entire sound of it is pretty much necessary, right, and to preserve the entire meaning of the song, because you know, like ambulances are pretty much loud trucks that's supposed to warn people about of them getting out of the way. But in the song format, I don't think that really matters to people, and they would rather hear something that's much more pleasing to the ear than something that makes their ears bleed and stuff. So I'm totally scrapping the first version of that song and replacing it with a remastered version of it, which I still haven't released yet on YouTube. I think I've only released it at Newgrounds, which, by the way, I'm still being active at when it comes to. I only use Newgrounds now to post some music, which I think I should probably change, because I want to dedicate more of my Newgrounds profile into making some art and animations. But as of now, as of now, the newest content on my Newgrounds account are just music. I really do want to make some more animations, guys, but let's be real, like, animation is a very time-consuming process. For example, this animation right here was only supposed to be intended to be a side project of mine, like something that would be able to make in just a couple of months. I was predicting for this wrestling animation to be finished by around like July or June of this year. Actually, I was predicting it to be released at around April of this year. That was when like WrestleMania was about to be a thing. So I was like, yo, what could be a better way to make a wrestling video than on the day when the biggest wrestling event is going to happen in the entire world. So that plan was pretty much scrapped, because I'm still making this wrestling animation, and not only did WrestleMania come and go, but also SummerSlam, which is pretty much the second biggest event of the second biggest event in wrestling. Wait, no, scratch that. I think the second biggest event right now in wrestling is either SummerSlam or All In. from this rival company called AEW. I don't know, guys, take your pick. I know you guys are really familiar with AEW if you're somewhat new to the wrestling scene, but AEW is pumping out really good matches right now. Or at least that's what I've heard. I'm not really a big AEW fan because I'm more of a fan of the storytelling in the long run. But I sometimes pop into AEW to see what their matches are all about. And while I'm not really into the matches that are being showcased in their weekly televised episodes, I do sometimes tune into their premium live events to see their matches, and most of the time the matches there are pretty solid. Okay, let me just make the arms here. Also, something I've noticed while I was watching wrestling is the entire community behind it. Like I was aware that there's a wrestling community, you know, that really likes to watch wrestling, but I never really engaged with them until now. Because the YouTube recommendations took me to this guy named the Great One, and this guy pretty much introduced to me the entire Reddit community of wrestling, as well as some podcasts like Chris Van Villay and alongside wrestling podcast, there's also Wrestling with Regret. It's pretty much just the nostalgic critic if he were to review wrestling shows, which I think right now I think I like Wrestling with Regret. Because he pretty much introduces me to the entire history of wrestling, and well, not really the entire history of wrestling, but more so some past pay-per-views that I've never really heard about before. Like I didn't know up to now that WrestleMania 2 was televised in 3 different cities around the U.S., which is crazy because that's not something that's efficient to do in this economy. You know, like imagine trying to split a roster into 3 different cities that are miles away from each other. Like I would think that the communication between those wrestlers would have been very hard, especially when this coming from the days before the internet was a thing. Oh frick! But anyway, going back to the Great One, I was introduced to the frickin' wrestling subreddit. Not really the WWE subreddit, but more so like the Great One subreddit, which pretty much just talks about some wrestling memes and anything wrestling related. And I never really noticed it, but Tongaloa, the newest one of the newest members of the Taboo bloodline, was actually botches more than I would have expected him to. Like I don't know if I'm just dumb or anything, but I never really noticed botches from wrestlers until someone points it out, because I don't know, like I sometimes think that botches, whenever I see someone quote unquote botch, I would think, oh, maybe that's like part of making things realistic or something. But then people point out that this wrestler actually botched a move, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's what happened, I guess. And Tongaloa, I guess Now that I've seen people make clips of his fights in WWE, I started to see now why people call him the Botch Master. When it comes to all the members of Bloodline. I think one great clip of him in one of his matches is when he tried to, I think, I think was it Tomatonga, or yeah, it was Tomatonga that was lifting Kevin Owens up for a, I think it was like a tombstone pile driver, but then you know, so Kevin Owens was pretty much being hanged upside down by Tonga, and Tonga Loa suddenly came in and tried to knock Kevin Owens up by the head. So he had to like punch him from in between Tonga's legs. But but for some reason Tonga Loa, like I can never really get used to their names. Tonga Loa. So Tonga Loa pretty much missed the entire punch of landing it onto Kevin Owens' face, and actually just knocked Tonga by the balls, which you can't mask that as part of the storyline. WWE. Having your teammate accidentally knock you by the balls, that doesn't seem like something that a writer would plan out in one of their scenes, but I guess that happened. I think I made too many squares here. Let me just do this. But yeah, I'm starting to see. I'm starting to get I'm starting to find appreciation behind people who botch in wrestling. Not that I wish for people to botch. I mean, there are definitely some botches that really look like it damaged the well-being of one of the wrestlers. But freaking botches are just quotable. Are just free memes, in my opinion. Like one thing I've been watching lately is this thing in YouTube called Botchamania, which is just a dude compiling some of the best botches that he found throughout wrestling history, and oh my god, that's whenever I want to get a quick laugh, I just watch one of the Botchamania videos he releases. I'm like, yeah, that really makes my day, knowing that someone can still fail more badly than me in terms of anything. Alright, let me just make the pattern of this. Alright, let me see if this is consistent with the entire. Okay, so far so good. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, guys, I noticed I already have 987 subscribers in this channel. It's a pretty big milestone in my opinion. I'm sorry predicting, but around this year I would be able to reach 1,000 subscribers, and that got me wondering, what the fuck should I do in my, by the time I've released my, what's it called? Well, once I've reached 1,000 subscribers, what should I do by that point? Because I don't really have anything prepared. Aside from, I don't know, if I'm able to maybe finish this in time, which most likely not, something that would not happen. So I'm like sort of wondering what the fuck should I do for my 1,000 subscriber milestone? Because it would be pretty sad if I just let that thing come to pass without any sort of celebration. So, I can pretty much release my album at that by the time I reach 1,000 subs. I mean, granted, I still want to make one more song for that album, but then again, the song count for this album is already way beyond 12 songs. So, and I think a good number for an album is to have at least 12 songs. And the number of songs I've made for this album is already way beyond that number. So, yeah, maybe I can just release Medical Students by the time 1,000 subs has been reached in this channel. I'm also thinking of maybe doing another reaction stream where I just react to some of the content I made in this channel. But I'm like, dude, do people really want to watch that? Do people really want me to react to the art of making 3D VTubers for dummies? Because of course I would definitely have to react to my most popular video, but then again, why would someone do a reaction to basically a tutorial video of all things? But anyway, we're almost done here. To paint some of these patterns. Okay. Put this. Oh. Okay. Up to now, I still can draw some straight lines. Woo! Oh my god. There. There we go. There's also another video project I've planned. Involves me making another video essay, but this time on the topic of music. But I'm having trouble writing the script for this video essay because it's technically just me talking about how to make music on your own. And I'm like, how do I summarize this in a video essay that's under an hour long? Because especially I would want to make a video essay that's 4 hours long. I don't really think that would be a good use of my time to be dedicating a video that will be around 4 hours long. But yeah, I'm sort of figuring out how to make this video essay about music come out, but hopefully I'm able to figure out how to shorten the script. Because talking about how to make music is it's you know, it's kind of a very complicated subject. It's like trying to teach a toddler how to speak words. Like you just cannot give them an entire you just cannot just tell them to know about like the alphabet by the time they start, you know, teaching you. They start how do I say this? By the time they start coming to you for help, like you need to somehow teach them the very basics, which you wouldn't know what the basics are because you're too much of a big brain to understand what's like to start from scratch. It's the same thing for teaching someone how to make music, because I'm having I don't know if I should when I was making this video essay, I was wondering if I should probably start first on introducing viewers on the concept of music theory, or maybe telling them about this cool tool called a digital audio workstation, because if you're an outsider who doesn't know anything about music were to watch this video, you'd be a little bit intimidated by that, by concepts like a digital audio workstation, chords, scales, you know, minor scales, major scales. You know, that would be a little bit too intimidating. So I'm trying to make it so that this video essay is more approachable to people who doesn't really know anything about music. Because that was me back then when I was first starting out making DAW music for this channel. But if you guys are really interested in making music, I think the best way to start is by, I mean, it kind of depends on what you're trying to make, but if you're making DAW music, I suggest you first pick up a digital audio workstation, which is, you know, a tool like LMMS, and then just learn. I would say just learn music theory, but then again, music theory is a very broad subject. I would say try to look for videos that explains music theory for DAW users out there, because music theory, well, when people first think of music theory, they think of people who, I don't know, play the piano or play the guitar or, you know, plays an actual instrument, but they don't really think about the people who are maybe composing music on the computer and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's better for you guys to learn about a specific field of music theory, which I don't think is really being talked about. Although, wait, no, scratch that. I think people are talking about it right now, but it's kind of hard to find these people. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's my thing I've been working on. Let me just change the pose of this character here. To, you know, see this solid mode. Okay, so this guy needs to now move his arms a bit. Here, this other arm here, and this thing needs to Up. Alright, and we're moving this guy a little bit more to the closer to this partner here. Alright, go. Okay. Alright, got map moved. Let's create another blank keyframe. See, I wouldn't be able to draw these feet in this sort of angle if I didn't have this 3D model here with me. Which sucked. Speaking of animation, I finally started watching some more anime while I was gone. I've recently caught up to Mushoku Tensei, which I think I've talked to you guys about this before. Like I think Mushoku Tensei is one of the best isekai right now. But that statement has come to a more critical. I became more critical with that statement when I finally caught up to season 2 of Mushoku Tensei. Because oh my god. So spoiler alert for Mushoku Tensei, but like Rudius, the main character, was sort of tasked to go save his mom, and this comes from a very bad time in his life because by the time he received news that his mom has been found, and that the party that's trying to find her got the news. Rudius's freaking wife was already pregnant, and if he were to leave his family right now, he would actually miss the birth of his daughter. So he's kind of caught between saving his mom or missing the birth of her daughter. After some convincing and a talk with his sister Norn, he was like, all right, I'm just gonna go screw all that. I'm going to save my mom. Even though like I think I didn't mention this, but there was even like a divine intervention from God himself that told him, you know, if you were to do this, things are gonna go bad for you. So better just stay with your wife and kid. But no, like even with the warning from God, God himself, Rudius was like, "No, man, I'm gonna go save my mom because he's my mom." And you know, even though this God would never really, you know, actually gave him helpful advice that really helped him throughout the years. Like, it was the one time that he was like, "No, I'm gonna do what I want, even though your predictions have pretty much helped me for the longest time. No, I'm going to help my mom, save my mom, and everything will be alright. So screw you. I'm gonna go to this other continent and save my mom." So she does that. She does that to her. She does that. She left her wife Sophie. She said goodbye to his classmates. Although he became more convinced that he'll be able to witness the birth of his son, since one of his classmates, Nanosh, like this classmate named N, you said that there's this teleportation portal that you can jump into, and it'll pretty much save you time from traveling from one continent to the next and back. So yeah, he goes to this other continent, finds his dad, and and the dad was like, "Oh my God, my son, no, you've grown up. Oh my God, oh my God." It's you know, it's a very heartwarming reunion between him and his dad, and she was getting like pretty emotional, like for the longest time these two were having fights between each other, but you know, it's like one of the first episodes when you finally see that their relationship between each other is starting to be fixed, and it's a very heartwarming scene. It would be a shame if this guy were to just suddenly die in the next scene. But whoop-de-doo! Oh my God! He goes into the labyrinth. He tries to slay this Hydra. They pretty much had this father and son moment, like, "Hey son, let's go kill this Hydra together." And it's like, "Oh my God, yes, we will do that." And they start fighting this Hydra, but then this Hydra, they were down to one final head. And Rudius, for some reason, was suddenly being all groggy and shit. Like his movements were way out of whack in this fight. Like he almost had some very close calls to a point that he pretty much lost his right hand, I think. And this one last Hydra head was about to smite him, but then his dad came to the rescue and saved him. He tackled him away from the aim of this freaking Hydra. And by the time they slayed this Hydra, the dad just died. and I was like, oh my God, really? I mean, yeah, I guess it's expected. This character arc has pretty much been over and dealt with. Like the story no longer needs this dad to be around. And I'm like, oh my God, can we just have a dad, can we just have a good dad that stays alive for the entire runtime of an anime series? Can we just not have that, like not only in anime but also in like any other piece of media? Can we just have a good dad that stays alive for the entirety of a media runtime? I guess Rudius is. I guess Mushoku Tensei is not that kind of story. The worst parts didn't end there because episode 24 came out, which is pretty much just Rudy reflecting on the entire death of his dad. And by the way, during this they also found his mom, but their mom technically lost all of her memories, and she's pretty much awake in a way, but she doesn't really say any words that feel like it's coming from a human being. So she's kind of like blank in the head, So things are just shit for Rudius here. Like my boy needs a good drink to settle all of these these bad news coming left and right in his direction. But no, he didn't get a drink. What came after is that this little child. I mean, not really a child. She's pretty much a child. Like this Roxy fellow. It was pretty much his teacher. Her teacher. His entire life. Who pretty much taught him magic. Came into his room and tried to comfort him and stuff. And it's like, no, don't be sad. You're not that kind of person. And then the things escalated to a point that she pretty much just slept with him. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? This is not what I didn't I didn't expect Mushoku Tensei to go into that direction. I mean, yeah, it's anime. There's definitely gonna be some spice to it, but not in a series like Mushoku Tensei, wherein it's dedicated to this really bad person experiencing a redemption arc. And this just feels like a step in the wrong direction. This character is suddenly sleeping with another woman, especially when especially when Rudius, our main character, was pretty much married to this other woman already, and like, what the fuck is happening here? You're not supposed to be doing this right now, Rudius. You've gone so far. Why are you suddenly backtracking all of your progress right now by sleeping with this other woman? And then the story started to justify the fact that Rudius slept with this other woman. And pretty much the story went all, yo, we could just have two wives at once. And I'm like, and I'm sort of like imagining like the offer of Mushoku Tensei wrapping his head around this entire dilemma that he pretty much wrote himself into a corner to. And I don't know, I don't know, the more I watch this scene, the more I imagine the author trying to justify the main character's action, just like what a husband would do when the wife catches him cheating with another woman. And like, nah, like no matter how you put this, no matter how much you put this into light, I don't really see this as a good choice for Rudius. Like if you just want to comfort your good old teacher, you don't have to marry them. You can just be friends and not do some shit that your wife would not want you to do. Oh my god, like that season finale really ruined my entire perception of what Mushoku Tensei is. And yeah, I guess it really is the godfather of isekai, because that's where I guess the original spice came from. It came from that freaking love triangle between Roxy, Rudius, and Sophie. Oh my god. What's happening? What is it now? Would I say that it's my flaming pile of garbage? No, I still think what's it called? There's this other anime I've watched called think it's called The Girl with Glasses or something. It's like a recent anime that was pretty much well known for having these bonkers 3D animation that went over the top. That's still my guilty pleasure, because even though it's a very much a vanilla relationship between two people that consists of pretty much a guy just liking this girl for the fact that she wears glasses. At least that had me that was cute. When it comes to Mushoku Tensei, I'm like, no, this ain't cute. This is just pain. It's just pain in all directions with this character here. And not to mention, I was expecting more from Rudius. Like, really, you're after your father died, you just decided to cope with your emotions. You just decided to bring this other person in your life, and I'm like, no, that's not how normal people function, and that's definitely not the way you should cope with the death of someone. I hope by the time like season 3 comes out, they'll try to maybe justify Rudy's actions, which, I mean, not really justify. I mean, like, maybe point out that, hey, this is probably a toxic thing to do in a relationship. But right now, this season 2 of Mushoku Tensei really left me on a sour note. It started out with someone trying to fix his erectile dysfunction, and now, and it ended with pretty much the spiciest love triangle I've ever seen between three people. Anyway, let's just paint the frick out of this guy. Let's see. Things are doing well. Notice I forgot to paint this guy's eyes. Oof. Anyway, I think I'm maybe watching less anime this year because, as of now, I want to watch less anime because right now I'm not really being impressed by the output of anime coming out this season. I don't know, maybe because I've just been too consumed with the anime culture that I just want to watch something new. Or something that I haven't watched in a while, like Western movies. Not just superhero movies, because my cousin pretty much introduces me to superhero movies every now and then. Now I'm talking about just original movies that doesn't try to make money out of it. You know, just movies that came from the passion of someone who wants to make movies and stuff. One movie I want to watch right now is this award-winning film called Poor Things. I know that's available in Disney Plus, which shocks me that this film is in Disney Plus. Like, I would expect Poor Things to maybe be released on Netflix because that's what I think is the crowd for this type of movies, but I guess it's in Disney Plus. It's kind of like seeing anime in Disney Plus. Like, it doesn't make sense when you think about it, but I guess I guess you start to realize that Disney Plus is basically trying to be a streaming service that wants to compete with Netflix and stuff. also want to finish the bear. That's also one thing I want to watch. Because nothing really gets me hooked up than two chefs fighting each other and almost trying to kill each other. You know, I've actually once binged the entire, like, a few episodes. Not really a few, but like many episodes of Kitchen Nightmares. And what I learned from binging an entire season of Kitchen Nightmares is that I don't think I'm really invested in the entire cooking aspect of Kitchen Nightmares. I'm more so invested in people just getting angry with each other and seeing who the fuck wins in a in such ridiculous scenarios. Because yeah, because in the end, like when it comes to shows like The Bear and Kitchen Nightmares, you can't help but notice that they're really just arguing over food. I mean, granted, it's there's some relationships involved with the business of food, but you know, it's like how have we come to this point in our history where we can get like angry in such minute places like a kitchen. Now, how did we come to that point as a society? Well, there goes my society. My use of the word society in this stream. Oh wow, it really, as soon as I didn't really finish the entirety of this model yet. Whew. Okay. Alright, let's make the gloves here. I guess there's not enough to do here, but finish this entire fucking thing. Alright, I'm running out of things to talk about here. Should I pull out the random topic generator to get you guys informed? Keep you guys entertained? I'm tempted to. I don't know, it just feels like cheating. Like I want to build my communication skills with you guys. Because it's not always that I, have a random topic generator with me to save my ass when I'm talking in real life. So yeah, it's like Yeah, I sometimes think of my live streams as a way for me to practice my public communication skills. Because if I'm going to test how I speak in real life, there's no way I'm gonna do it in real life. There'll be consequences behind it. Just can you imagine, like, can you imagine if something happens to you while you're trying to talk with someone? Wait, what am I saying? That's I mean, I guess that happened. Yeah, I guess something does happen when you talk to people. Yeah, I know, Morgan. I don't know. I just find it easier to talk to you guys than to people in real life because it's no, it's not really direct communication with you guys compared to if you talk with someone in real life. If you already talk to someone in real life, you actually get to see them slowly judge you as you speak every word under your mouth. Compared to say like a Twitch chat or a YouTube chat, you just see their text and you're like, oh, that's a very neutral response. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna pull up the good old random topic generator. Let's see, random topic generator. Alright, let me just click on this button. And these using the same random topic generator, but they're pretty much giving me the same responses, it's the same topics here. Okay, here's one. What were you really into when you were a kid? When I was a kid, I can pretty much make a boring answer. You guys pretty much know about. I was into writing, and I think you guys already know that. I think I've told you guys about my writing career before I was into making YouTube. But if you guys weren't there, I was once really into writing stuff. Not just fiction novels or something like that, but I was really into writing. Like I wrote, of course, there's the occasional video essays. I also did book reviews. I also read some obscure novels from authors I would normally see in the bookstore. I could even join a novel writing club. I was also making poetry once. Like I was just immersed in the medium of writing anything. Is that weird? I don't know if that's weird. Like I would get something like a task from my teacher to write a research paper, and I'm like, alright, I'm all in. I'm gonna do everything here, even though it's a group project. I'm gonna write everything down, and that's what I did once during, I think, what's it called? It was a science and technology subject in college of all things. Granted, it was a minor subject, but me and just like the little help from my classmates were able to make this entire research paper in one semester. And what people don't know is that I was the guy who was making all of the papers there, and my classmates were just there to go along with the ride. But yeah, I was into writing. Right now I'm not. I mean, come on, I don't really do any writing in this channel, aside from the occasional video essays. But I remember back then I once signed into a essay writing contest, wherein the topic is just write whatever you want, and whoever has the subjectively best essay according to some criteria that some judges have lying around, you will most likely win I think a $10,000 cash prize. And it's just an international essay for the youth, so I think it's only up to people who are 18 years old. So anyone over that is not allowed to enter this contest. But I pretty much entered in, and I kid you not, I was a finalist in one of these events. I can't really show you guys a certificate because it has my real name in it, but yeah, it happened. That pretty much happened to me once. And I think that's pretty much the highlight of my entire writing journey. Ever since that's been pretty much moved on from writing. I just make cartoon animations on the internet, which is, I guess, kind of depressing in a way. Anyway. I just noticed. Oh, frick! Like this? I think I messed up the walk cycle here. Hold on. Oh fuck, I've made a boo-boo, made a oopsie. Oh my god, wait. I need to fix this predicament here. These legs are not in the right position. Gonna insert a blank keyframe there. Z, solid, Y. Oh my god, now my freaking legs are all over the place. There we go. I should fix it, I think. But I think I need those the arms. Which, oh my god, this is a pain in the ass to work on. Raw mode. Okay. Let's make Shift Alt Z. Just look at those boots. Alright, hold on. I need to drink some water. Where's my water jug? Oof, it's really hot in here. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go to focus mode right now. My I'm gonna pull up some music here. Let's try. First thing that came up in my YouTube in my YouTube search tab is it's sort of a search history of mine. It says here Joe Hendry fame. Joe Hendry fame. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Well, I believe in Joe Hendry. That'd be like a meme at this point. Wait, what am I trying to look for? Okay, there we go. Just pull in some study music here. Alright, focus mode, boys. Time to make this entire thing look good. Ah, shit. hands here, guys. Just you wait. If I don't talk, I just suddenly start going ham on these hands. Actually, wait. I think this lousy BGM is not gonna be good for you guys. I'm gonna keep you guys entertained. I'm gonna pull up my album here just to diversify the sounds happening in the background. So this is BGM. Let's pull up Pocket Orchestra so you guys can have something to fill your ears while I work. Hold on. Properties. No, don't spring of deception. I want my my music. Medical not social mixing. Medical students. Where did I put that? Oh, I think it's under over here. Videos. Where is it? Audio. Alright, where's Pocket Orchestra here? Did I remove it? Well, I think I removed it because it was big. It was a very big file to store in my computer. Oh well. I don't want to pull up the what's it called? Oh wait, here it is. Wait, is it? Is it? Open. Let's see. Okay. Is that it? Well, let me check my stream here. Oh shoot, wait, I just noticed that the stream my BGM is underneath the... How do I just do this? There we go. Alright, let me just decrease the sound. Alright. Let's work on this right away. Oh my god. Okay, now that you guys are hearing that, I want to pull up my own playlist here. Because I pretty much listened to Pocket Orchestra for the longest time. What can I watch? Alright. Here we go. Oof. Right. I just noticed the desktop audio is turned on. What the fuck is happening with my desktop audio? Wait, was it playing the oh fuck, I think it's doubling the sound of the BGM. Ah shit. Okay, hold on. You know, listening to the Pocket Orchestra really made me think that it really made me think that I really improved as a musician, because some of these tracks in the Pocket Orchestra just feels like it doesn't really have like a doesn't feel as dynamic as the songs I made for medical students. Like I feel like I was heavily reliant on the pure sound of the instruments here to really carry the sounds of some of these songs, and you know, not just oh hi Villanilla. What's up? I'm gonna making some stuff here. I think I should have made this an off-stream thing, because this I find it hard to talk while streaming here. to talk while making the animation here. Oh well. Have you seen my newest song? It's out now on my YouTube channel. Don't worry, I didn't sing on it. I'm not really confident in my singing as of late. Nah, it's just like a good old little medley, little melody I made in LMS. It's I don't know if I told you guys this, but First Patient is based around. It was sort of inspired by C418's by C418's cat. You know, like the little jiggy you find in Minecraft. I think it was like the green music disc, and when you find this green music disc, it will play this very happy sounding melody that makes it go, oh, that's cute and nice. I think Cat was like the first music disc I've ever found in Minecraft. It I remember I think I played the Windows 10 version of Minecraft, and when I was like looking through a cave, I stumbled across a spawner, and this when I finally torched up this spawner, I found C418's music disc in one of the chests. And I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" So I spent up a diamond to craft this music box, played it, and I was freaking impressed by the entire sound of the song. Now, C4 Cat isn't really the most, the most grandiose of songs when it comes to the entire Minecraft soundtrack, but it's just a very innocent sounding song that you just can't help but listen to it. I once used that song as part of like a background music for a final graduation project I have for my high school. And when I showed it to my teachers, they were sort of telling me, they were sort of what's it called? They were sort of talking to me after the whole presentation, and they were like, I was very moved by your project and stuff, and and when I heard of that, I was like, oh, I guess that's the work of Cat, I guess. Because Cat is like the most nostalgic of songs for me. Like, if you want something that brings you back to your childhood, just go listen to Cat on the jukebox, and you're pretty much good to go. as a human being, your entire life has been fulfilled by just listening to this song by a video game composer in Sweden. C418 Sweden? I don't know. It's in Minecraft, so it's gotta be from Sweden, right? Yeah. I just kind of like the Minecraft soundtrack, both old and new, by the way. I like I'm starting to get into Pig Step, which is one of the newer soundtracks. It's not C418 levels of quality, but it's a bop. Like, if you want to bop your head onto some music, Pig Step is probably one of those songs. And then there's, of course, Other Side by Lena Raine, which is, I think, now the definitive theme to Minecraft, I would say, because it really does feel like you're going in a cave and, experiencing, quote unquote, the other side. And it's I think that song really encapsulates what it feels like to play Minecraft. Because it's a very adventurous song, and of course it came at a time when it came at an update that people really love, which is the Cave and Cliffs update. Or is it? I don't know if people really like the Caves and Cliffs update. It feels like there was so much expectations to it, but it never really delivered, because of the fact that it took a while for them to release the new cave generation in the game. But I like the Caves and Cliffs update. It's pretty. It really changed how you play in the overworld, in my opinion. Even though it really took some time for them to release the actual updates. You know what I sometimes don't get? Like, people say that when people say that they like the old versions of Minecraft. And whenever I stumble across like a video that tells that pretty much has the message of saying that, yo, play the beta versions of Minecraft. They are much better than the new versions of Minecraft. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, like Minecraft right now is much better than what it was back then. And I pretty much have first-hand experience on what's like to play old versions of Minecraft, because I was there when Minecraft PE demo was a thing. You remember that, guys? Minecraft PE demo? That was one hell of a long time, a time to be alive, when Minecraft demo / Minecraft PE Lite was a thing. And I remember that I once had like a Minecraft demo for my Android Nexus, and I remember like playing it for the first time and seeing what other people are doing with the full version of Minecraft Pocket Edition. I'm like, my god, this version of Minecraft sucked. And this is supposed to be a version of Minecraft that is, you know, that was once the full version of Minecraft, but now that there's new versions of Minecraft, I'm looking at Minecraft PE demo, I'm like, this version sucks. Like, one thing I don't like about Minecraft PE demo was the fact that there was a survival mode to it, but it doesn't feel like a fleshed out survival mode, because you still got like infinite blocks in your inventory to work with. Granted, it's like it's not every block is infinite in Minecraft PE demo. Like, you still need to find leaves and logs to, you know, to build up in your inventory. But other than that, like, the wool for some reason is infinite. Your weapon durability was also infinite. And you don't even have a hunger bar, which people say is like one of the most controversial aspects of Minecraft. But the thing about a game is that you want some challenge. You sometimes want a little more challenge to your game, and Minecraft PE demo just feels too easy for me. Like, if a 14-year-old at that time, am I 14 back then? Yeah, if a 14-year-old was able to, you know, figure out the workarounds if a 14-year-old thinks that Minecraft PE demo is easy, then they're really doing something very wrong, because you know, like children, you'd expect to be the most incapable of gamers, but for some reason 12-year-old me just knows how to work his way around Minecraft Pocket Edition demo. So yeah, I like new versions of Minecraft, because it really gives you more options, more obstacles to work with. You know, it's just a better game in my opinion. Alright, let me just make another blank frame here, and we're going to animate this guy. May have to lessen the amount of frames in between his keyframes, because I don't think I need this guy to run at 60 frames per second and all that. There we go. Anyway, got this. Oh my god. Anyway, speaking of games, I haven't really been playing a lot of new games lately. Call it being lazy or something. I don't know how you can get more lazy than than being too lazy to pick out a game for your entertainment, but I don't know, I've just been playing a lot more old games in my GBA emulator on my phone. Specifically Tetris. I just want to talk about Tetris for this entire stream, I guess. I've been working my way around Tetris Worlds for the GBA, and right now I'm trying to get to level 15 of Square Tetris, wherein it's kind of like normal Tetris, but if you are able to make a 4x4 of the same colored block, you'd be able to increase your points at a faster level if you do that. So I've been playing around like different versions of Tetris on my phone, specifically the GBA emulator, and I don't know, I guess call it addiction, but I've been, for some reason, been getting the Tetris effect, wherein I'm constantly thinking about Tetris wherever I go. Because while I was turning on my computer one day to do some animations offline, I sort of have this urge to just play Tetris on my computer, which kind of sucks, because I remembered, like, before I did that, I was already playing Tetris on my phone. So my Tetris session for that day was pretty much already done, but yet I'm still having this urge to play Tetris. So I went to Tetris.com and just played a bunch of, not really Tetris, the original Tetris, but this, I think, I played what's called Mind Bend Tetris, wherein it's kind of like Tetris, but it sometimes changes how your blocks are placed if you manage to delete a row with a question mark block on it, which I think is a fun version of Tetris. Like there's this like element of chance of whether or not you eliminate this question block in a row, because you can just completely ignore it, but you're going to miss some possible points if you do that, because deleting these question mark blocks increases the multiplier of your entire of your scoreboard. Plus seeing what these question marks do to your blocks, like, I don't know, like flip them around, is pretty fun in my opinion. So if you haven't played Tetris, Mind Break Tetris, I suggest you go play it. What I suggest you don't play, guys, is are these unofficial versions of Tetris, wherein they pretty much turn Tetris into a battle royale. I'm not talking about Tetris 99 because I haven't played Tetris 99 yet, but I once found this site that turns Tetris into a battle royale that you can play with strangers online. And there was no way for you to know who these people are. And yet when you get to play this version of Tetris, you're sort of amazed by the fact, but you're sort of amazed by some of the skills that these players have, because they will be able to delete so many rows and they will achieve so many Tetrises in just a few seconds. I'm like, am I battling with bots right now? Because it sometimes feel like I'm battling with bots whenever I play this version of Tetris. And I guess that's a like a very major fault with multiplayer games in general. Like once there a community is formed with some of these multiplayer games, the skill level increases because the people who are experienced in the game are pretty much beating up all the newbies, and newbies who are just getting into the game can't get into the game because they are constantly getting beaten up, so it's like not a very fun experience to them. So yeah, I don't like multiplayer games. Unless it's a party game, I sometimes like I like Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers, not because it's a good multiplayer game, but because it's a good party game that you can play with your brothers and sisters. People that you know and probably don't have any skill in the game. That's the kind of multiplayer games I like, the ones that doesn't really take itself too seriously, aka party games, I guess. So would I play Mario Party even if I haven't played the game before? Yeah, probably, because it's a game that doesn't feel like you need to take it too seriously. That's why I'll never get into MOBAs. MOBAs are a difficult genre to get into because people just take it way too seriously sometimes. And also maybe first-person shooter multiplayer games. Those are some things I don't want to get into. Because when I play games, I'm just there to relax and have fun, not to get beaten up by a 12-year-old that has the time to dedicate his life to learning the meta behind Apex Legends or something. If I want to see someone get beat up, I would I don't know, just watch an esports event or watch the speedrunning community, because they sometimes get beat up for different reasons. For reasons like cringing themselves in front of public, in front of a public audience. Okay. Let's do this. Alright, we put this here. Put this there. Okay. By the way, guys, I don't know. This ain't the official. I'm not sure yet, but I think I'll be streaming more often by the time Friday rolls around. Because I kind of heard that there's gonna be a typhoon coming in, in the Philippines. Sorry to drag the mood of this stream down, but I think yeah, I think there's gonna be like a typhoon coming in the next couple of days. And you know, some people would be like, "Oh my God, it's a typhoon! You should go hide your kids because this typhoon might kill us and stuff." But as for me, I find it an opportunity to be like, "Yo guys, this typhoon is gonna cancel classes, which means that I'll be able to stream more often." You know, it's, I guess, kind of true. I guess that's like the only time I'd be able to stream with you guys is when classes gets cancelled, because freaking even in the weekends when I don't have classes, I still need to worry about finishing up my requirements for college. So it's you know, it's kind of hard to stream in this day and age. But yeah, the typhoon is gonna come around eventually, I think. I don't know. I heard news of it coming. I heard news of it coming at around September 9, but that never came around. And now people are speculating that this typhoon is gonna come at around September 13, which is this Friday. And by the looks of it, it's a very big typhoon. But then again, it's coming from some sources that are questionable. So we just have to wait and see what's the situation in the coming months. By the way, you might wonder why the fuck am I streaming right now? Is there a class suspension in my end? Well, no. But this well, yeah, technically, yeah, there's a class suspension in my end, but for reasons that doesn't really make sense to me the more I think about it. So the reason why my class gets suspended, my class right now got suspended, was because another college nearby, not mine, another college that I don't get into are suddenly hosting some board exams, and that is it. That's the reason why I don't have classes today. It's because another college is hosting some sort of board exams for some people. And I'm like, why do we need to suspend classes for that? Is this what's this board exam thing that I'm not that I've just learned about? Is it big? Is it a big board exam? Because I don't think, because really, graduates in this economy, come on, no one's gonna be taking, a crowd won't be taking that much board exams. Okay, maybe I'm joking with that, but I find it perplexing that I'm now facing class suspensions for reasons that's doesn't really make sense right now. Like we're canceling class because another university just decided that that activities will happen in their school and not ours. Like, how does that make sense? I don't get it. Like, I'll maybe get it if it's maybe like entrance exams, because I know that in the Philippines, entrance exams sometimes leads to a lot of people coming in, especially if you're going into a government-funded university like UP, wherein they sometimes accept students free of charge sometimes if you get, you know, a good grade in their entrance exams. But this university doesn't really do that, and it's not an entrance exam; it's a board exam, meaning that it's only being hosted by a bunch of graduates. So unless this board exam is taking graduates from all over the country or something, I don't see how this is going to be something that would interrupt our class. By the way, the topic of entrance exams, there was a when I went to Baguio one summer. Me and my mom was like driving along this windy hill, and in the early morning we just saw a long line of adolescents lining up for something, and I asked my mom, why are there a bunch of kids, why are there a bunch of adolescents, a bunch of teenagers are lining up on this specific time of day, which is like 4 o'clock in the morning, which is, you know, I don't expect people to be awake at 4 o'clock in the morning. And my mom just said, "Oh, that's because they're taking they're lining up for the entrance exam in UP." And I'm like, "Oh, really? these many people would actually go out of their way to not only take this entrance exam, but also leave their hometown to this very cold spot in the Philippines, because, you know, some of these students definitely had to travel from one spot of the country to the next to get to this particular branch of UP." And that's, my mom's like, "Yeah, that's like a common thing." And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of sad. Not you know, I mean, it's good for them, because you know, they, at least I know that you know, that students still like to still are concerned about their own education. But, you know, it's kind of sad that we don't have enough schools in this country to you know, we don't have enough educational institutions in this country to support the education of all the students in our country. And that sounds like a presidential speech, but yeah, you know, it's kind of like, it would be more convenient if we had like a well-established university, you know, in each major city of the Philippines. But no, we only have, for some reason, all of the colleges all of the best colleges in the Philippines, for some reason, are under the national capital region of the Philippines. I mean, I guess there are some good colleges out there, some good colleges in other parts of the Philippines, like if you're trying to get into national university here in the Philippines, they pretty much have branches outside NCR. But it's like, come on, like we need to spread we need to spread the we need to treat universities like McDonald's, you know, like there needs to be like a university every 10 miles or something, just to compensate for students' travel expenses and whatnot. Anyway, I think I've been talking too much. I need to get this guy's face figured out. Oh wait, did I mention that commuting in the Philippines is freaking whack here? When I mean whack, I mean like really bad. Like, it's really bad to commute here in the Philippines if you're financially unstable and you're trying to struggle with a 9-to-5 job, because when you commute here in the Philippines, it pretty much sucks. Because if you're living in a busy place like Metro Manila, you're always going to find streets and roads that are pretty much jam-packed with traffic, and you can't do anything about it but just like wait in a lonely jeepney or bus as you're doing that. And you know, they don't sitting around for 3 hours straight doesn't seem like tiring to you, but you know, if you do that in real life, you start to notice that you start to see how draining it is to just like sit 3 hours straight in a bus while you're anticipating to do your actual job once you finally drop off this bus. Like it's you know, it's sometimes infuriating because you're just sitting on a bus or a jeepney, waiting for this traffic to subside, and you're just thinking to yourself, my god, I'm just wasting my time sitting on this jeepney when I could have been doing something more productive on my time, like being in my office and you know, working on the papers, starting some papers or something like that. But no, I'm just in this jeepney wasting my hours trying to get through this traffic. You know, it's a very demoralizing thing to commute in the Philippines because it's a big waste of time in people's schedules. Not to mention that sometimes it gets a little bit too expensive. Because well, I guess not really expensive for all people, but if you're not really earning that much, your budget can easily be eaten up by just your own transportation fees and whatnot. Oh, and also it's really hard to sometimes get into a jeepney if you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like if you're traveling and you want to find a jeepney at 2 p.m, you might most probably get a jeepney at that time. But if you're in the rush hour, if you are trying to commute during the rush hour, well, good luck to you, because it's hard. It's hard to find a jeepney at that time because everyone is also trying to find a jeepney there because it's already past their work hours and they just want to go home. And you know what they do? They also try to find a jeepney. And when all of these people are trying to find a jeepney, you know what happens? All the jeepneys are freaking full. And you're all out there, and I'm like, oh my god, just let me in! Let me in on one of these jeepneys! And you just can't because these people are acting like zombies in a post-apocalyptic world, just trying to get in this freaking jeepney or bus. And by the time you actually get into a bus, you just cannot sit straight because everyone is pretty much packed into this small vehicle, like a pack of sardines. And while that's happening, you just wish that you can just get a little break in between, but you just can't because everyone is just suffocating each other by the lack of space in this said bus or jeep. Anyway, just don't commute. If you gotta commute in the Philippines, I don't know, just take a Grab taxi if you have the finance. If not, you know, just walk home, I guess. That's what my mom sometimes says to me. Like if she wants to save up on money, she'll just walk. She'll just walk to a specific spot, and when she reaches this specific spot, like the tricycle's fare is like 50% off than it would normally be if she were to just, you know, take a tricycle somewhere else. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're working at a job from 12 to 9. You're not supposed to be walking that much, and she's like, no, I'm gonna walk this entire stretch just to save on some transportation fees. And if you don't do that, you're weak. You're weak, asshole. I shouldn't say that, but you know, it's a pretty Chad thing for my mom to do just to save up with some money. I just sort of worry if that's a strategy that would be most effective once you get too old, because you know you can't just be walking around all day and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully my mom's doing good. Queue eating still sucks. You know, funny thing, I stumbled across one of my foreign exchange classmates on the train one time, and she waved at me, and I waved back, and I'm like, oh no, what are you doing here? Do you know how depressing your life would be once you enter this train and you see the number of people trying to rush in on this little train cart of a train? Anyway, I hope her travel was alright. Cause I'm pretty sure she's from Europe. So I could just imagine the culture shock she gets once she enters a train here in the Philippines, and it's like a freaking military camp once you enter these stations. Well, not really a military camp, but you know, like there'll be some guards shouting at you saying, "Yo, just don't keep the line straight and stuff." And stuff like that. Okay, let's finish this up over here. God, I really do need to make this offline, because I don't think I'm making much progress if I do this on stream. The reason why I do this on stream is because I want to prove to you guys that I can do this. I can do this on my own without any help, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence. But now that I've done these streams for the longest time, I feel like people already get the point. So might as well just do most of this offline. Alright, let me just play this back one more time. I'm going to reuse this one frame here. Okay. I could maybe move this frame a little to the... like something like there. Alright, let me see. Okay, I think I need to move this to the right here. Okay. Yeah, I think I can reuse this frame here. Oh, right. Shift Alt Z. And we need to go for the finishing blow here. So what I'll do here is, okay, wait, before we do that, I want to make sure that these are okay. Okay. Yeah, we got that. So we need to go for the spear now. Alright. That's what I hate about fight scenes. It really requires you to put up the amount of okay, wait. Okay, I think this is gonna be like the last 4 frames. So we got this right here. And we just want him to pause. Yeah, it's like a good pose. Oh, like that. Insert blank keyframe. Alright. He's like loading up for the spear now. Not sure if the wind up should be 1 frame or 2 frames, so I'm gonna have to experiment here. Okay, we're now entering the group part here. I might need to remove the ropes here. Where's the wrestler? There we go. Draw mode. Alright, I'm just gonna turn this to solid mode because I could hear my fans screaming at me to decrease the the rendering actions of Blender. Okay. Alright, let me just move here. You know, in days like this, I wonder if I should probably make another 3D animation. But those are much easier to make compared to what I'm doing right now. And maybe I could have maybe made more 3D animations as an actual side project compared to these 2D animations, which really require you to lock in. Maybe I'll do more. Maybe I'll make a 3D animation on the side. Now that I've some characters at my disposal to use, like the cat, the witch, and of course there's also my VTuber models that I can just reuse as as part of a skit, a little skit or something. Here's the thing, I don't when I think of side projects, I just think of very simple I just think of very simple projects that don't really have a lot of story into it, you know, like a short little gag comic. And right now my opinion on making those types of content, I don't really like doing those types of things anymore. You know, I like to tell a story now with these animations that I'm making, and animating another thing like a cupcake walking to a picnic and getting eaten by a human is not something I would want to do as a next animation project anymore. Actually, wait. Maybe I'll do like a simple animation with a simple storyline. If it's a sequel to Feathers and Snowflake and the Christmas Gift. Those are, I feel like with Feathers and Snowflake, they're characters I can easily make short innocent shorts out of, because they're pretty much based on a web comic I made, and while I do have some characters planned out for them, they're not really as ambitious as most of my other plans for these characters. But then again, I want to, if I'm gonna do another Feathers and Snowflake short, I might I want it to be 2D animated, because looking back at Feathers, Snowflake, and the Christmas Gift, the animation didn't really age well, considering that I didn't even know step interpolation exists, and the robotic movements of the characters there were very noticeable. Like even some comments from Newgrounds when that animation was released told me, hey, the style was good, but the movement of your characters really needs to change a bit. And yeah, I agree with them. So that's why maybe for my next, if I'm ever gonna do a Feathers and Snowflake 2, I want it to be grease penciled. I want it to be grease penciled up. I can't have that. Because Feathers and Snowflake is like a child to me. It's like I think right now the oldest characters I have made that I still have plans with. You know, like the Vanilla the Stickman, that's it's already way out of the, way out of my league, because I feel like that's. Actually, I may want to do a vanilla stickman video at some point, but not as much as a Feathers and Snowflake sequel. It's just the problem I have with with reusing characters is that I don't know, it just doesn't feel that fulfilling to me. Because I want to make new stuff in my channel, and if I'm going to just reuse some old characters I have, it doesn't feel like I've really grown as a person. I'm just relying on things I've made in the past to you know, to keep me, to make me, you know, more popular and stuff, which doesn't sound like a good thing to do in the long run. You know, it's kind of like seeing these Marvel properties always relying on Spider-Man to make all the bucks. Because as much as like Spider-Man, I think Marvel can improve more as a company if they actually build on new characters. Like people don't like whenever a new hero is introduced in the Marvel universe. Like, I mean, come on, there's Eternals, Captain Marvel, and some other Disney Plus show that I haven't heard about that introduced a new character, and people are like, no, I want all the old characters back, and I'm like, no, I want. It's good for them that they're experimenting on new properties. It's just that most of the time it sucked, and most of the time some of these characters just need maybe some proper build up. I think Eternals. This is gonna be a hot take. I think Eternals needs to have a sequel to it, even though people don't like it. I don't know. Like, I think they can benefit more with a sequel to Eternals, because it's a, you know, it's pretty much a team up team, and a team up team has a movie about team ups have worked in the past, and if they can just, you know, like flesh out some of these characters, they might be able to make something worthwhile with these characters. But they don't. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna be making an Eternals 2 now that they know that it's a flop. But yeah, if you know, just the lesson here is that if you give people time, maybe they'll be able to make some stuff that people actually want to watch. Like, isn't that what Marvel used to be? Like they consisted of things we don't really care about, like Thor, or the Incredible Hulk, or, and I guess to some extent Captain America. But then some director came in, they fleshed out the characters, and all of a sudden, ooh, they're now the icons that they are today compared to what they were back in the early 2000s or the 2010s. Early 2010s, I mean. Alright, let me just make these lines here. Alright, I might have to go for a bathroom break in a bit. Hopefully you guys won't mind. Alright, just notice this doesn't connect to anything here. we go. Oh my god. Alright, we do this, we do this, oops. Go. Okay, just make some of these patterns here on his chest here. Alright, there we go. Alright. Nice. By the way, speaking of which, guys, did I tell you there was this? So, if you guys don't know, I've pretty much transferred from one university to the next. So, I haven't really been like in touch with my professors from my old university for a while now. Not really because of anything particular, but just because we just haven't talked in a bit. And meanwhile, I was like schooling around my class's group chat. And they suddenly brought up the name of a professor that I met once on my old college. I won't say his real name, but I'll just call him like Jeff or Jack. I don't know. So Jack here. they mentioned like Jack here in my group chat, like Professor Jack, and I'm like, what? Why are you guys talking about Professor Jack? And you know, it turns out he's a actual professor in the university that I'm attending at right now. And that's crazy to me. Like, what the fuck? How did he get here? And up to now, I don't know how he was able to make that transfer. Because it's only been like 2 years since I've left, and when I left, he was still like a professor in my old university. And to see him like transfer like that, I'm like, wow, that's It's bold of you to do. Like, can you imagine if you were to dedicate your entire life to this one company, and then all of a sudden you're like, nah, I'm just gonna transfer to another company, even though this is technically already a safe bet for me. I'm just going to transfer all of my life's money tree to somewhere else. You know, that sounds crazy to me. And I haven't really gotten into contact with this professor yet, but yeah, he's pretty much a Chad for doing that, in my opinion. Actually, no, I don't think that should be a Chad thing to do, because something that tells me that there's gotta be some financial problems along the way if you were to do that in real life. But yeah, I guess I hope he's doing well. He was pretty nice to me when I was his student in my old class, in my old university. No, it's a pretty religious fellow, but not in a way where he's like, oh my god, go read the Bible every day, every now and then. No, he's just, you know, he's pretty cool. He's a pretty chill professor, and I just hope that he's doing well. Especially considering I think the university I'm attending at is not really a better choice for him compared to the old university I was at. Like, the old university I was at was next to a well-known mall, so you know that they're pretty much paying their employees a good salary. Not to mention it's also under a corporate conglomerate that's kind of like Disney, but you know, not really Disney. But this university is like owned by a private company that, you know, that's pretty well known for earning a lot of cash. So the fact that he sort of switched from this private institution to this pretty much dingy institution really has to be questioning. Although this dingy institution that I'm in is well known for producing some of the best dentists, but then again, I'm like, nah, I don't. The financial thing doesn't make sense to me yet. So yeah, hopefully she's doing good as in this new job of his. You know, sometimes I think about how my professors are doing, because most of the time whenever I see my classmates talk about professors, it's always about them talking shit about them. Like, oh my god, this professor was so maarte, so annoying in this one class, and blah blah blah. And you know, sometimes I can slowly get what they're talking about, but then again, the writer inside of me is like, okay, this enemy, this antagonist is acting this way, but why is this antagonist acting this way? You know, like you can be a miserable scumbag, but there's gotta be like a reason as to why you're a miserable scumbag at some point. You know, especially with our professors, especially some professors of mine. You know, they always like sound very miserable, and when I think of them, I'm like, my god, I gotta like wonder why are they so angry all the time? What got them in this situation where they get to be angry in front of a bunch of kids that just wants to get a bachelor's degree in a certain field? You know, it's gotta be like a sad life for them. I know, I sometimes get sorry for them for that. Oh,
I guess your aircon is still getting cold. Mine is not. It only produces hot air.
Oh, okay.
In other words, yeah, my aircon will soon need a cleanup.
Okay.
Big man.
Yeah. Oof. Hey guys, my cousin just came in. He just came in and said that this aircon is not working as much as I am. Sorry, I just had to not say anything there because I don't wanna accidentally say some personal information in front of the internet. So I gotta like keep quiet whenever someone enters the room. Because I don't want to encourage them to shout something that might you know leak our leak our credit card information or something. But yeah, what's it called? Yeah, you were talking about my aircon and saying that it's working just much better than his. And I think the reason why my aircon is working really well is because I don't really use the aircon. Surprise, surprise. You know, you'd think in this part of the world where I'm near the equator, and therefore there's always like a rise in temperature, that people would think that I would use the aircon more often. But no, I sometimes think of the aircon as a nuisance, a nuisance. How do you say nuisance? It's like a little bit of a trouble in my life if I were to use the aircon, because whenever you at the dilemma of either using an aircon or not, you're always going to run into the problem of having it be too cold or too hot in the room that you're staying at. You know, it would be too hot if you don't use the aircon, but it would be too cold if you use the aircon for a long period of time, and there's really no in between. Which is why I settle for just like an electric fan whenever I go into my room and I want to cool off. Because with an electric fan, I think it always produces the right amount of humidity and wind in a place like my room. So yeah, most of the time I just use the fan of mine. Called crazy, but that's just the way it is for me. Anyway, let me just see this animation in full. Alright, that's the guy. Okay. I think I should animate him jumping. Yeah, I think I'm gonna animate him jumping now. Okay, so got all this. Add a draw mode. Insert blank keyframe. Did I miss any spots here? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going for the jump. So, I guess we're either gonna do like a frame consisting of his whole body, or we're going for a smear frame here. But I think let's go first for a whole body shot, and we'll see how it looks. Shift Alt Z. Yeah, that works. Okay. If you guys are not familiar with wrestling, this is what's called a spear. It's pretty much just like a football tackle to the stomach, which results in the opponent like getting knocked away. In this case, this is going to be squashing the opponents onto the corner here, but in a little while I'm going to animate this guy jumping off to dodge the spear. So just need to get this guy to boop. Okay, draw mode. Boop. We should have got some Roman Reigns footage for this one because I feel like this spear would look a little bit too awkward. Woohoo! Like that. This grease pencil thing is a little bit out of whack. Alright. This. Oh, frick. Okay. Okay. Huh. I think this could benefit from something like this and this. And you see, the good thing about grease pencils, that you can fix errors in your sculpt like this, just by like fixing it in when you're drawing the keyframes. Got this. Alright, let me just see. I know it's not complete, but I just want to make sure this is looking good. Yeah, I think I need to make an in between for this. Oh my god. Okay. Shoot. Frick. I think I need to think more about this. Alright. You know what? I think I'm going to end the stream here, guys. I apologize. Because I feel like I'm starting to see that there's maybe some things here I need to think more about before I continue. Such as this spear looking correctly. So, anyway, I think it's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be working on this off stream. And I will see you guys in the next live stream. Bye bye. Now, go read a book.